Good morning from day 2 on the PCT. So it's bright and early. I got up at about 5 o'clock this morning, but didn't actually get out of bed till about 5:30. But I'm just getting everything packed up in here, and made my cachava shake, and I'm gonna get climbing this mountain up to Lake Marina. Good morning. Again, day 2 on the PCT. I just left camp down at Hauser Creek, and it was a great night. Started out really warm. I left my sleeping bag off, and then during the night, it got really chilly in the 40s. So it was a good night. I think I finally got some sleep and ready to tackle this climb up to Lake Marina. Not really sure exactly what I'm going to do today, but I'll fill you guys in along the way. Getting to the top of this climb here. It's definitely going to be some more climbing, but nothing too crazy from here on. It's still nice and cool, which was the idea. It's going to be in the mid 80s today, so it's going to be a tough one. So I think the plan for me is I'll probably take a break around the Lake Marina, like campground area, figure out water situation and what I'm going to do. But I think I'm going to carry on to Boulder Oaks campground, which is 6 more miles from there, while it's cooler in the morning, and then camp out there for a while. Not camp, but hang out there for a while, because it's going to get really hot, and wait for it to get to be later afternoon. And then I'll see if I'm going to do some more miles this afternoon. But I think that's the safest way to tackle today, because I know there's going to be a exposed climb this afternoon, and I don't want to be stuck around 90 degrees in that. So I just got to the lake view. I don't know why it looks different. Did they let more water into it? I don't remember it looking that big. Maybe my memory is just forgetting. Anyway, this is a great little stop, I think, here to just take a quick pack off break in the shade up here. Wanted to show you guys. I put this here so I could actually, for my brakes, my quick brakes, set it down this way and then sit right here where my sleeping bag is inside the backpack, and I'm not hurting my backpack in any way. It's a good, portable, comfortable seat. So I decided to skip going to the malt shop. Just gonna go up here where the trail resumes and take a nice long break and get in contact with family while I have some service. Okay, so it's 9:45 in the morning. Just sitting in a nice, comfortable picnic bench for maybe, I don't know, I'm not putting a time limit on it. When I feel like going, I'll go. But I'm just gonna eat some food, making myself eat enough little things. And I would love to go to the malt shop and get a breakfast burrito or something like that, but I just don't want to walk out of the way to do that. It's going to warm up really, really fast. So I would really like to get to Boulder Oaks campground another 6 miles from here before it gets too warm. And then I can kind of wait out the heat of the day there. And before I do that, climb up over Kitchen Creek, which is pretty exposed and you're climbing. So I'd like to do that late in the day. I think that would be the better strategy for this afternoon. So nothing exciting. Everything's feeling pretty good. I'm just tired from traveling and settling into this whole thing. So I feel like taking a nap, but I'm going to wait till I get to Boulder Oaks, where I'll be waiting out for a while this afternoon. And then just my lower back's pretty sore. Keep stopping and stretching it out, and that's just from carrying the, heavy load and a lot of climbing. For some reason that always goes into my back a little bit, but I usually get pretty used to that quickly, so I'm not worried about it. But all right, get my relax on here. It was a nice break. It's 10 o'clock, time to get going. It's already getting pretty warm. Already put the umbrella up. Just trying to be strategic for today with the heat, as we should be. So I think I like the idea of hiking. It's 5.8 more miles to Boulder Oaks. It's 10 o'clock, so I should get there around noontime or before that, hopefully, and wait out the heat. So we'll just wait as long as we need to till it feels comfortable enough to do the climb up and out of that area. So it'll be a nice break in the afternoon, and take a nice siesta when I get there. Everybody has to show the sign. All right. This area is nice and flat for quite a while, so I'm gonna, I guess, kind of fill you guys in on a few details. I know that there are new people watching my channel, so thank you for being interested in my journey. I didn't really give a lot of information on myself. If you're new to my channel and you aren't yet a subscriber, I invite you to subscribe. I'll be dropping daily videos. And if you'd like some more information about me and my experience backpacking on the Pacific Crest Trail, I invite you to take a look at my announcement video that I put out a couple videos ago, and that will give you a good summary of my section hiking experience. I've done quite a lot of it out here. I've done all the desert section pretty much all the way through Walker Pass, which is 653 miles of the desert, but every time I come out here, it's always a different experience. 23, day 2 was cold, rainy. It was really kind of miserable in the morning and very gray, and that day just never really warmed up out of the 40s, and I just remember having a hard time getting warm that day, struggling to get warm that night. It was kind of scaring me a little bit. And then everything was fine, but it just goes to show the experience this year. It's hot, hot to get started, so it's different. The scenery looks different, people are different. It's just a different experience altogether. One of the biggest lessons for me out here is don't ever think you know everything. The PCT will always throw things at you, and you gotta be prepared for all kinds of situations. And so no matter how much experience you have, you still are going to encounter different challenges each day that you may not have had in that section before. I'm just using my background knowledge. That really does help in making strategic decisions, but still, I mean, I still have challenges just like everybody else. And this is going to be a brand new experience for me this year that I'm looking forward to. I'm out here to challenge myself and for the whole experience, but it's really to just push myself, see what I'm capable of doing. I love that this tree just grew up over this boulder. It's already pretty hot. Should be getting close to 11 or a little bit after 11 o'clock right now. I'm just looking forward to getting to the top of this little climb here. Maybe we'll get some wind, but yeah, everyone's kind of struggling because we started out with hot temperatures, and that's pretty normal, but not everybody's in great shape either. So they're coming from different climates where it might be colder, so they're really having a hard time with the heat. I feel okay, otherwise I wouldn't be pushing through here. Though uncomfortable, and I'm happy to get to Boulder Oaks soon. I'm not struggling too bad. The heat can make me a little anxious just because, you know, I think it's just learning what my limitations are with it, how much I can hike out in it, and at what temperatures and all that stuff. So kind of figuring all that out right now. I think the 80s it's not too bad. It's struggling, but it's not too crazy bad. This view of Lake Marina down there. About 1 mile from Buckman Springs Road, that's the first creek crossing where I might try to take a log across or just walk across it. And that actually sounds kind of nice to cool off and just soak my feet a little bit. How beautiful this is. Jeez. Right, that's where I'm headed. So much cooler under here. Okay, I'm gonna figure out where to cross it, and then probably soak on the other side over there somewhere. All right, I just left the creek there and headed to Boulder Oaks, 2 miles that away, and somebody lost their shoes. Huh. All right. Well, the trail's pretty cruisy from here to Boulder Oaks, so thankful for that. I did dip my clothes in the water to get them nice and wet, and it's only been like 5 minutes and they're already almost dry. Ooh, take it. Whenever I find, whenever I find shade, I'm making the shade with my umbrella. Such a goofball, but yeah, the wind feels really, really good right now. Whew, making progress. Look at all these oak trees. Some of them are massive. It's hard to tell on the camera. It doesn't really do it justice, but there's just skeletons of old oak trees around here. That road that's right there, that's the one we drove in on to get down to Campo. So this part of the trail just parallels that for a while. And it's really fun as you're heading down to Campo. You can see other backpackers out here hiking this trail and you get all excited. I don't know what these are, but they're getting ready to bloom. There's a whole bunch of those. I think this is the Cottonwood Creek crossing. Hopefully there's a couple pieces of wood to get across this one so I don't have to take off my shoes. Oh yeah, it's kind of a mess of lumber here and there. Okay. All right, we'll get across that and keep our feet dry, hopefully. I guess I'm just gonna stay here for as long as I feel like it, take a nice long lunch, and decide when I'm gonna start heading up the climb. A lot of people are going for it, but I know how it feels pretty miserable going up that in the heat, so I'm gonna wait until I feel comfortable doing it. But the air is cool here, the water's cold. It's a great place to hang out for a couple hours and relax. So I've been here about maybe just shy of an hour, and I think I'm gonna head up. I was looking at the temperature breakdown this afternoon, and it's not really gonna cool down a lot until evening, so I think that I'm definitely not waiting that long. But it's gonna be in the, I think, around like maybe low to mid 80s up there in the hillsides, but there's a nice breeze. I'm gonna use my umbrella and I think I'll be okay. So I'm gonna attempt to get going now. 6 miles to Fred Canyon campsite, or I could camp a little before or after that. So I'll just feel out the afternoon, see how it goes, and see what happens as far as finding a good camp spot tonight. Just left Boulder Oaks. There might be trail magic up there. There's an RV parked with its awning out, and these hikers just left that area. That wasn't trail magic. I think with the awning out, it confused those guys. That's okay. I wasn't gonna be able to eat or drink much more anyway. So I have a lot of water on my back. I have 4 liters, probably more than I need. I just really don't want to go down to the Kitchen Creek and just carry what I need to Long Creek. So I've got 4 liters, so 2 liters for this afternoon, 1 for tonight, and then 1 for tomorrow to get to the water source. So that should be plenty, but it's not fun climbing in the heat with all this weight on my back. It's Interstate 8 up there. We're gonna cross under that and then start climbing on the other side. This might be one of the few times where I didn't listen to my instinct or my gut, and I decided to head on out. I saw everyone else leaving to come climb in the heat of the day. I don't know, I'm like, I've walked up quite a ways, but my calf is cramping, and that's just concerning me a little bit. I thought I'd been drinking enough and having enough electrolytes, but I'm like profusely sweating, and I don't like that. And then like I'm just getting this started, and it's gonna be hot for a few more hours. So I think what I'm gonna do is head back to Boulder Oaks and camp there for the night, and then just hit this climb first thing in the morning and let everyone else go ahead. I have that like competitive side to me that wants to, you know, keep up with everyone else, but I'm not gonna be a statistic. Okay, well, I looked at Far Out and I had gone 1.4 miles from Boulder Oaks, and it was all pretty much climbing, most of it. But that bites, but I can't let it like bother me too much. Just move on, go back, camp early, which is kind of nice too, because I have been pushing myself kind of hard for the beginning of this thing in the heat, and that's kind of silly to do too. So I'm just gonna back off and go stay at Boulder Oaks, which I've never done before, so that'll be a nice place to stay tonight. All right, I added it up and I did a little over 13 miles, like 13.4 miles total today when I include hiking from Hauser Canyon to Boulder Oaks, to 1.4 miles up the trail and then back to here. It was like 13.4 miles, but 12 miles if you just consider mile 26 here, and then I went to 27.4 before I turned around. So technically 12 miles for PCT miles, but I'm gonna have to repeat those in the morning. But yeah, so it was still a pretty good day today, but I'm glad that I turned back instead of, I think it was gonna be close to 16 to 18 miles this afternoon if I was gonna press on in the heat. So I think I made a wise choice to do it this way. And but it stinks because tomorrow I'm gonna have to do over I think it's 15.4 miles, which is the distance from Campo to Hauser Canyon on the first day. I have to repeat that tomorrow with a lot more climbing if I want to get to Mount Laguna tomorrow afternoon. So I'm gonna have to get up really early and get started, probably while it's still dark outside. Wish me luck. So I think I'm gonna close this video for today, for day 2, and it was good. I felt really good. I felt really strong today, and I'm right where I think I should be. I just got to make wise choices out here, whether it's cold, whether it's heat, or other factors. You just have to play the cards right and do what's comfortable for you. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, and then we will get our butt climbing up to Mount Laguna.